Hi, I just got off the phone with a client, a helps client who called me and said, Mr. Olson, I need your help. I'm in trouble. And I said, what's wrong? They said, well, someone stole my deed to my house. I need to get my house back. And I want to answer that question. My name's Eric Olson. I'm executive director of and attorney for 42 years of Helps National Nonprofit Law Firm. What Helps does is we represent lower income seniors who owe debt they can't afford to pay. In order to stop debt collector harassment, we also educate seniors on how they maintain their financial independence. And so, I've seen ads recently that kind of scare people into thinking that you need this company's service, else your deed to your house is going to be stolen from you and you're going to lose your home to someone. Okay, nothing could be further from the truth than what these are. These are scammers, and I'd say it directly to their face who say this, and I'll explain why. Okay, so when you buy a home, okay, and you bought a home, it's in your name, and you've had title insurance, and this home is in your name, okay, no one can steal the house from you by somehow doing the deed. See, when you buy a home or to sell a home, you would have to sign your signature on a deed, and your signature would have to be notarized by someone. Your signature, you. Now, not anyone can be a notary. You have to, there's certain qualifications to be a notary, and you have to pay a fee, and you have a little notary stamp. And then when your signature is notarized, the notary puts down, looks at your ID, who you are, and stuff like that. And then, so documents that are involving real property, the sale of real property, are recorded in the county where the property is located. So if you go to sell a piece of property, you have to sign a deed that you're selling to John Doe, whoever you sell it to. Your signature has to be notarized, and then that has to be taken down to the county and paid a fee, $35, $50, $75, whatever it is, recorded in the county property records. It's been that way almost forever. I've got documents at home from the 1600s. In other words, there's always been an official way to transfer property, and to make it safe, you have to have witnesses or a notary, okay? Now, for someone, if you didn't sign the deed that was notarized, okay, then that's worthless. That person who got that doesn't own anything. It has to be, you would have had to sign it yourself and your signature notarized. So if someone forged your signature and it was notarized, it's meaningless unless you signed it yourself, okay? And I don't, I've been practice 42 years. I've never had one instance that I can remember in 40,000, 30,000 bankruptcies, dealing with people coming to me and saying, oh yeah, someone falsified a deed and forged someone's signature and boom. But if you look at some of these ads, it sounds like, well, wow, this is going to happen all day long. Now, I think where this may have came up is that there may have been in certain big cities some fraudulent deeds done that were done for someone to make money, but the person who actually owned the property, no, he didn't lose that property. That's still his property. But for you to pay someone to try to, quote, protect you from this happening is going to be a waste of money. You don't need to do it, okay? The only way you're going to lose that property is if, don't make the payment, it gets foreclosed on, or if you voluntarily are going to sell the property, then your signature notarized, and it goes to the person you sold the property to. So, and that's what I explained to her. And I guess she was worried about it. She went to find her deed, or supposedly a copy of it, and it was unstapled. And she said, oh, someone got into this and they sold my property, and she'd seen this advertisement on TV and was scared. Now, you don't hold the deed. The actual deed is recorded in the county records. And It's the actual copy is, do they keep the physical copy? I guess it depends on the county, but there's a record of it, a photograph of it, or some type of record, so they know who owes it. So when you buy a piece of property, normally, and it's a good practice, is you get title insurance. Okay, what does that mean? That means there's a title company. Part of the price you purchase for the property might be a couple $100 based on the value of the property you buy. It could be more, but it's not a huge amount of money compared to the price of the house. And then what happens is a title company, they look at the record in the county records to see that the property that you're buying is actually owned by the person who's selling it to you. And when you get that title insurance, that covers you in case you got defrauded or something happened. Then the title company has to pay you. Now, the reason the title insurance is so cheap is because they never have to do it, because it just doesn't happen very often. They're very careful on how they research a property to make sure that the person that's selling it to you has the authority to sell it to you. So no, you don't need to buy insurance to block someone from trying to steal your home by forging your deed. In my opinion, it's a complete, total waste of money. So this is Eric Olson, and if you have any other questions, look at our other YouTube videos. We appreciate it if you like this video, if you like it, or if you're not getting our videos, you can subscribe to our channel. We have a YouTube live session on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 o'clock Pacific, 11 Mountain, 12 Central, and 1 o'clock Eastern Time, where we talk with seniors and answer questions and go over current matters for seniors struggling financially. And you have a great day.